Welcome to the Root Cause Revolution podcast with functional and integrative nurse nutritionist and energy medicine practitioner, Audrey Christie.
Hey friends, welcome to Ask Audrey Friday. I really think Fridays are my favorite episodes, and maybe it's because you guys create the content for me by asking the questions and I have much less work to do around it, but I really love Fridays. If you're keeping track, this is episode 232. It's not as important on Fridays and Mondays because I don't generally do an accompanying blog post for these. But on Fridays, you have the opportunity to ask questions and people submit them. We're roughly 2 weeks behind, I think, maybe a little bit more. But people submit questions anonymously or leave a name. It seems like we get a lot of anonymous questions here lately. And I answer them on the air for you. And so we're going to dive in to a few of those questions today. So let's dive in. Oh, you can submit questions at audreychristie.com/questions. It's just a simple form. Submit it. It sends it right over to me. Sometimes people send them on social media and other places, but the best place to make sure I don't lose your question and it does get answered is through that questions form. All right, let's dig in. All right, first question. Is it better to consume fruit alone or with a protein? Or with a protein and fat? And does fruit alone spike insulin? That is a really good question. That was submitted anonymously. So unfortunately, there's not an easy answer for that. A lot of people can have fruit alone. The best way to do it is to test. Now, what I mean by test, sure, you can invest in a continuous glucose monitor. Those systems are roughly $300 a month for temporary monitoring. Most of them will monitor you for about 3 months. Okay. And that is like the high end. That's the gold standard to find out whether or not it's going to spike your insulin. Now, you can turn around and get a blood glucose monitor, a finger stick monitor on Amazon for like $20-$30 ish. That price, like the price of everything, may have gone up a little bit since the last time I looked at one of those. And what you just need to do is check. So more often than not, fruit alone will cause a small spike in blood pressure. It depends on blood glucose. It depends on how long that spike lasts and how high that spike is as to whether or not you might need to eat something else with it. A big misconception is that fruit or things with sugar in it is the only thing that spikes blood glucose. Protein does, fat does, stress does, workouts do. The important part is how your body rebounds from that. So I would suggest doing a little bit of blood glucose monitoring if you are deeply concerned about it. If you're not super concerned about it and you're just kind of thinking like, well, what should I do? Then I would stick with lower glycemic fruits, particularly first thing in the morning. So berries are generally a really good one. And then if you're having something that is a little bit higher in natural sugars, like a red apple or a banana or an orange, which is, what diabetics use to raise their blood sugar, then you might consider pairing that with a protein and fat. But it's likely going to be a little bit different for every human. And it's going to be a little bit different depending on your overall picture of your health. So the most accurate thing to do is to get the 2 to 3 month continuous glucose monitor. NutriSense, I believe, is the name of the company that is best suited for that. Again, that's $250-$300 commitment a month for 3 months ish. And, but that's the gold standard. Second is going to be to get a finger stick monitor off of Amazon. You're going to want to check your blood glucose first thing when you wake up. So after you fasted overnight, it should be between 75 and 95 for most people. And then you're going to want to check it after coffee. Caffeine makes blood sugar go up. You're going to want to check it after your meal, probably 30 minutes to an hour after your meal. And it doesn't particularly matter if you do it 30 minutes or an hour, just as long as you're consistent. For most people, I'd say an hour. You're going to want to check it an hour after your workout. You're going to want to check it right before bed. So you're going to get some finger sticks in, and you're going to want to do that for probably a week or so and keep track and then see where you land. So you're keeping a little food journal, you're keeping a little track of your glucose, or you can just do it the intuitive way and eat berries if you're going to have fruit. And then anything heavier than berries, you'll want to have that with a fat or protein. But if you don't make any progress in whatever your health goal is, then revisit the idea of the glucose monitor. All right. So a few weeks ago, I'll have to look up the episode, but we talked about collagen. We talked about what the best collagens were. I think that was episode 217, episode 217. And in episode 217, I recommended a marine collagen by Vital Proteins. And this person is writing in to say that, let's see, do you have a different collagen? The one you recommended is a little bit fishy tasting. Now, I don't know if maybe you're just mixing your collagen with water. I mix mine with either coffee or a smoothie, and I cannot taste it at all. Now, I do often rotate between a marine collagen and a bovine or cattle-based collagen. The same company, Vital Proteins, makes a collagen that is bovine as well, and it absolutely doesn't taste fishy because it doesn't have any fish in it. It's just called Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides, and that will take care of that for you. I do encourage you to try to do the marine collagen back and forth. You can get marine collagen in capsules too, which might be a better issue, a better more palatable for you. Okay. So yes, in short, Vital Proteins does have a marine collagen. The collagen peptides is what I would recommend instead. I can you can go to fullscript.com, particularly if you are you can go to audreychristie.com/fullscript. And particularly if you are in the wellness circle, you get a discount on your Vital Proteins because it's a practitioner grade supplement that I can recommend for you. So you can head over there and it is in my favorites. And you'll get to apply your Wellness Circle savings. Or if you're a member of the Root Cause Revolution membership, the paid membership, then you get it for the same price I get it, which is wholesale. So it's actually way less expensive than you will find it in your local grocery store. And I usually buy 2 bottles at a time so I can get free shipping as well. There's all my cost savings hacks. You do have to be careful if you see it at Sam's or Costco or Walmart, any of those places. Sometimes they are not stored well, and so the collagen can start to break down in the bottle. Fullscript is definitely the least expensive. All right. I believe this one came from Shelly, just because even though my team didn't put the name on it, but it says, best way to start a gluten-free diet, ? Stop eating bread, ? Fill your fridge, pantry, or freezer with gluten-free items, ? Thanks in advance. Okay. So I have a guide that I wrote for my patients and my clients, and I have added it to the files section of the Root Cause, of the Women's Wellness Circle on Facebook. It's in the files section. It's got a link to gluten-free, dairy-free make and take cards. It's got strategies for getting rid of gluten. None of those strategies involve buying gluten-free items, right? What you really want to do is stop eating bread. Now, when you have a special occasion and you want to have a gluten-free bun, then go for it, right? But that should happen less than once a week and less than once a month if you're at the beginning of your journey, because we really want to help the body work that out. So if you're not on Facebook, I also put a copy of it at audreychristie.com/resources, and you can download it there completely for free. Like I said, it's just a little guide and a little make and take card. It also includes links to recipes and snacks that are quick and easy. And then I included the what do I call them? To-go snacks, maybe is what I called them. Who knows, right? But take they're stacks that you take with you, because sometimes you are traveling, particularly in the summer, and your only option is QT or Buc-ee's or 7-Eleven. And so I gave a list of things that you can grab there that is gluten-free and will do in just a pinch. So that is all the questions that I have for you today. Again, if you want to submit a question, audreychristie.com/questions. Be sure and check out the resources page at audreychristie.com/resources so that you can see all the things in all the categories that I recommend, that I'm most often asked about. As always, I am rooting for you, friends. I will see you on Monday when we talk about Energy Medicine Monday, and we're going to talk about the very best meditation app you have ever seen. See you then.
Thank you for listening to the Root Cause Revolution podcast. Be sure and subscribe on your favorite podcast provider. Ratings and reviews are always appreciated.